Alright, before this video starts, we had some technical difficulties while recording, and my voice echoes the entire time. We're very sorry about that, and we will very much work to improve on that for the next episode. Hopefully it's not too much of a distraction, so take it away, guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Area 52. Welcome to the first ever episode of East Coast Road Trip, the podcast where we bring you weekly news. I'm joined here with my co-host, Sepiks.
Hey,
how you doing, bud?
How you doing? I'm doing well. It's a bit late for us, you know.
I just got off work, like an hour ago.
Yeah.
And I came home, and we're pumping out this fantastic quality-ass internet content for you guys.
It's our first shot at it, you know. We're amateurs to it, but we've got the basics down, I'd say.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time, no matter what.
Yeah, you know, it's just this kind of thing that you just kind of sit back. You can do your homework too, or something, or just lay in bed.
Yeah.
You need to fall asleep to it.
Contemplate suicide. Hopefully, we'll sway you guys to lives and give us the views.
Now that we've established that we are edgy, we can get on with it.
So, our main topic conversation tonight is going to be the iDubbz versus RiceGum drama on YouTube. But before we get into all that, how have you been, man?
You know,
how's your week been?
It's been a fast week, I'd say. School, obviously. I'd say it's been a pretty easy week. You know, I haven't had much to do. I've just been coming home and, you know, kind of taking a nap, taking things easy, which is what you want to do. You know, I'm still young. I'm not trying to stress myself out. How about you? How have you been?
My week's been good. I've been really sleepy in some of my classes, especially towards the end of the day when I'm in math.
Yeah.
But my grades are all pretty well this semester, so
yeah,
I'm actually kind of really proud of myself.
Yeah,
I have like
my grades,
only one B.
My grades are at an all-time high, I'd say. This has been it's been a good school year for me so far.
I plan to keep it that way. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely hoping, because we're juniors, you know, juniors in high school. Yeah. We got to start looking at colleges, and
yeah, this is like our most important year or something.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the most important year. It's also the sorry, I burped. The most stressful, the most stressful year. So I'm trying to keep it stress-free.
It hasn't really been like stressful, I'd say.
No,
but
it really hasn't. I don't know what people are
all
saying.
my work is kind of chill. I'm like in an environmental science class, so we don't really do much, and like all the stuff is pretty easy. It's kind of like, hey, just so you know, these are things that people do, and make them dicks. Don't be a dick.
Well, see, one of my classes I took on purpose is a culinary essentials class, and I did it at first, you know, for the easy grade, but I don't know if you know this or not, but I used to work in a kitchen, and I worked there for about a year and a half, so like it's all second nature to me. So I pretty much just dominate that class. My teacher, she doesn't really have any prior kitchen experience, I'd say. She just her experience is based from cooking at home, so I pretty much just show her the business, because she has no idea what she's doing, and I do.
Nice.
Yeah, so
that's good.
Yeah, I pretty much run that class. It's really nice.
I mean, I've only really worked in food industry. I used to work at a Mexican restaurant, and I didn't really cook the food, but like I made burritos and stuff.
You're like
for people.
Assembled.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
Assembled.
You work at a Mexican restaurant. That's different, you know. I've never heard of anybody working at a Mexican.
It's actually pretty good.
Really? What?
Maybe we gotta go there sometime. I really like their food.
Is it local? Like?
Yeah.
Is it
It's by around my old house.
Really? What's it called?
California tortilla.
Oh, it's
like
all right.
Better than Chipotle.
I love Chipotle. I'm not gonna lie to you. Their burritos.
I don't think I've never had Chipotle. Have you ever had you ever have Moe's? I don't like Moe's.
I've never heard of Moe's. Is that another burrito joint, or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently they're supposed to be like really good, but I don't like it.
That's yeah. I haven't really had much California tortilla. I've had like their quesadilla bar when we are having a party, but nothing really there. I hear they have good soup. they're like the Panera of Mexican food kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, the one I used to work at was like a couple stores down in next to a Panera.
I know exactly. It's right next to a Chuck E. Cheese too, isn't it?
Yeah. That's right.
My sister's boyfriend of 4 years worked at that Panera down there. He would come over and bring home like all these crazy stuff that would be left over, like muffins and mac and cheese. You have a box of it actually, and it was pretty cool. But he quit, obviously, because like it was a terrible job.
Yeah, I've had some friends work there, and I've heard it's awful.
I've also
that joint.
Do you know I've heard is also awful? Working at a Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard only bad stories.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, there's this girl I'm talking to, and she works at the one of the cafes in a Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, that'd be even worse, I think.
It's basically a Starbucks, right? But they don't call themselves Starbucks. It just says we serve Starbucks here. But she likes it. But every story I've ever heard is just terrible. Like I would never want to be a barista. Isn't that what you do now?
Yeah, I work at Dunkin', but
you work at Dunkin' Donuts. You're a barista. That's pretty interesting. Do you get free coffee?
Yeah, I actually, before I came here, I was like, when I was at work, I was like, oh, I'm not going to make it through the recording tonight, so then I had 2 small coffees, and as I was walking out, I took a large coffee.
Yeah,
Boss, if you're listening to this, sorry.
I don't...
May have took a donut.
After working in a kitchen, I decided I really did not want to work in the food industry anymore, so I got my second dream. I was going to be a cook for a while. You know, I wanted to go to culinary school, but my dad was a chef, and he only told me bad things about the culinary field. So I got a job on a farm. I'm a farmer now. It's really interesting.
You know what else is interesting though?
Yeah.
And we're gonna go ahead and segue into our first story tonight: iDubbz versus RiceGum. Okay. First reaction: whose side are you with?
This is probably the easiest question I've ever been handed in my entire life. I've always been a fan of iDubbz. I've loved iDubbz before he blew up on the internet. He just has solid points. RiceGum's responses were just weak, you know, like overall.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, down in the description, I collected the content comp iDubbz made. RiceGum's first response video, or his full response video, like the 20-minute one, then RiceGum's diss track, and then iDubbz deputy,
content deputy. That was really good.
So that's all going to be in everything we talk about is going to be linked down below.
Yeah, no, I really think iDubbz just totally killed it, you know, like, he obviously, you know, takes all this time. He researches, you know, pretty much finds every little thing about the person he's taking down. He's careful.
He spent like almost a year, or even more than a year, I think, getting information just to destroy RiceGum's career.
Yeah.
Do you think like his channel is gonna die after this? His whole career is gonna drop?
RiceGum?
Yeah.
Oh, probably not. If anything,
I think he's way too big on YouTube.
He's got over 8 million subscribers. That's just too much for them to like leave, you know, like.
I think iDubbz only has like 7.5.
Like, you remember when PewDiePie said nigger on stream? Like, people thought his career was over, but he's got over 30 million subscribers. Like, if you have
that's insane.
If you have that many subscribers and you, like, you know, do something stupid, you're not gonna lose all your backing, right? Obviously, RiceGum has his supporters, and they'll back him no matter what. But this is one of those publicity things that, you know, RiceGum wanted this to happen. You know that.
Yeah.
He was asking for it.
Yeah, he made that video saying that he wanted the thing, and then a year later, we got it.
Yeah.
And iDubbz totally like just destroyed him with this. Like, he didn't even give him the pleasure of having his name in the title.
No.
He destroyed him with a diss track. He totally called him out in like 7 deadly sinful ways.
Yeah. It's like when I saw the title said Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
And
Content Cop.
Yeah.
Dash Jake Paul.
I was extremely disappointed when I saw that title, but I was like, oh, this is a 30-minute long video about Jake Paul. I'm not gonna like this. But then, he hit us with that. This is for RiceGum. I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of putting his name in the title, and that already was like, well, he's already winning.
I'm not gonna lie. The day it came out, I was sitting in my dining room, watching YouTube or doing homework or eating food or something. It was after school, and my brother came in and said, "Hey, iDubbz just dropped a new content cop on Jake Paul," and I had no idea anything was coming. I didn't even know anything about the RiceGum stuff.
Yeah.
Like drama that's been between them. And when I watched the video, I was like, "Oh my god, wait, what?" But I mean, I was blown away.
I was.
One thing I would like to point out on my response to Content Cop diss track. That's RiceGum's 20-minute video.
Yeah.
I don't like RiceGum's content, but I do like the style he edits his videos in. I think that his style looks nice.
Didn't he? Well, are you talking about his reply? His 20-minute reply?
Yeah.
He edited that the way iDubbz did on purpose, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why.
Yeah.
I just like
the transitions and stuff.
Mhm.
But
I just kind of like whenever I like RiceGum's like sound effects and stuff that he uses. I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think pick up on things.
I think RiceGum's a funny guy.
He knows what he's doing.
He's definitely got he's not boring. He's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie about that. Obviously, iDubbz is just way better with my type of humor. That is, I like more dark humor.
There's this guy in my gym who looks like iDubbz.
Really?
And today, and he like won the game or whatever we were playing, and I was like, oh, good for you, iDubbz.
Yeah, iDubbz.
I'm kind of friends with him. I don't know. We like talked a few times, and I want to like say that joke, but then he's probably heard it a million times.
It's either that or he's like, who's iDubbz? Because you run into nobody like, oh, I think I've heard of iDubbz. It's either iDubbz or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
He's just I hope he really deserves more subscribers than he does. He doesn't post much, but when he does, it really does not disappoint ever.
So in iDubbz's diss track, the Asian Jake Paul music video, in the beginning he says, shots fired outside the Supreme store. There's going to be a 261 in progress.
Yeah.
That is actually police code for a rape.
To see,
I thought it was so funny.
That's just another thing like of iDubbz's humor. Like he puts in little things that you gotta catch, So
like watching it for like the third time after googling what a police code 261 is. It's just even funnier because it's like
a nod,
Like he totally raped RiceGum.
Yeah.
Verbally, at least.
He totally just blew him out of the water. Like there's no doubt about it. It's obviously the talk of the internet right now, and so we can't not discuss this topic right now. Like
it's gonna die out in like a week and a half. But
and just like all the content cops.
Yeah, I'm waiting for RiceGum's next video. Like he's definitely not done with this because he's gonna try and milk it as much as possible.
Oh, definitely. iDubbz's content deputy was said to be his last one, and obviously RiceGum is gonna reply to that. And I think he's gonna try to challenge him again, but obviously when
iDubbz is done.
Yeah, when he says he's done, he's done. So I think what RiceGum is gonna do is try to ride off of that and try to make it seem like he won because he can't get a reply from iDubbz, kind of thing,
Mhm.
It's just the internet. It's a weird because you go back and iDubbz is dangerous.
Yeah.
He's remember Tana Mangu?
Yes, I do remember.
When that went down, and she was like, apparently that guy, say nigger. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Say nigger, and she freaked out and left. Said like he raped her pretty much, but she was like.
And then you go back in the video and like nothing happened.
Yeah, but she also said like, oh, apparently this guy's name is iDubbz, and all of her fans were like, Tana, don't mess with iDubbz. Like, don't fuck around with iDubbz, because he will ruin you.
Oh, yeah.
And he really did. He didn't ruin her fully, but she took a blow. It was really bad. iDubbz is a dangerous guy for a scrawny white guy, you know?
Like, Leafy was, like, took a big hit, too, with the whole, hiding his chin thing.
Yeah, do you remember the Keemstar one?
Yeah.
That was huge.
Why am I still getting hate? I think that was in the aftermath of that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
That is. Why am I still getting hate? Well, you're a prick.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've always loved Keemstar. I still think he's funny.
I never really watched him. I did watch Leafy though.
Yeah, I watched Leafy.
I watched Leafy when he had around 200,000 subscribers. And the more popular he got, I think the less entertaining he became. It was very repetitive.
Yeah.
The only real videos I like of Leafy today is his like drug stories and stuff, and his like personal experiences. I just really think those are like really funny, and they're cool, they're different, instead of him just like every day roasting a different person. You know, it gets annoying. Obviously, iDubbz's huge thing is roasting a different person, but that doesn't happen every single day. I think Leafy posts daily now, right?
Yeah, he's been doing that since like when I was like 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, he's really
like I kind of stopped watching him after freshman year.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Remember the whole fallout with him and Jacob Sartorius? He'd like made so many videos on Jacob Sartorius.
He brought up Jacob as a joke in a lot of his videos, you know? Which, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Jacob Sartorius. Like, I think,
Does anyone
he's
like him?
He's
not ironic.
He's a little shit-dicked prick. Like, let's be honest here. He's he rides on his popularity. He's just a kid for one. Like, let's just.
And RiceGum actually tried riding on his popularity because they made a collab music video, I think, at one point.
Really, Jacob Sartorius isn't even good.
Yeah, but you remember iDubbz mentions it in his diss track.
I don't think I caught that.
He says, say to your fans or something how Jacob Sartorius tastes.
Oh yeah, something like tasting like the fucking kid, little kid. Yeah, it was just really weird. I like obviously I like all of iDubbz's content cops. Speaking of cops, do you remember that whole nurse being arrested kind of thing? Do you remember that? That was like really messed up. The like what the story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's bad. You can tell it.
I actually have that on my notes thing. Let me just go ahead. So he was arrested, I think.
The nurse was a woman.
Yeah, but the police officer.
Oh yes, he got arrested.
Like recently.
Really?
And I have a video linked in the description for that. And on the page, the police chief said the Salt Lake City Police Department has fired the police detective who was video recorded aggressively handcuffing a hospital nurse who refused to allow him to draw blood from an unconscious patient in July.
That's illegal.
Wow, that's old.
That is.
I thought it was happening like at least August.
No, that's a little old story.
The video recorded by a police body camera of the rough arrest of University Hospital nurse Alex Wobbles, I think Wobbles, went viral, drawing widespread condemnation and renewing the national debate over the appropriate use of force by the police. Salt Lake Police Chief Mike Brown relieved Detective Jeff Payne on his duties and disciplined his watch commander, Lieutenant James Tracy, by demoting him to the rank of officer. So, the actual police officer who arrested the nurse was fired.
Good.
And then the guy his commander of that police officer was demoted for not doing anything about it.
Yeah, well, what that officer did was obviously 150% illegal and immoral.
It was totally out of line.
Oh yeah, it was definitely not. It was terrible.
It's kind of sickening.
She was crying. She was probably so embarrassed. Like, you can only imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
she was just doing her job.
She called her boss as well.
Yeah.
She called her boss and was like, "Am I allowed to do this?" And the boss was like, "Absolutely not. Do not." I think it was like the floor manager or something. Because my mom's a nurse, and like, she runs into things like this. She says, when the police show up, don't talk to them because they're going to try to ask for information that you should not give. Obviously, there's working in a hospital, it's patient confidentiality. You can't release that information. Only the patient can. So like, for the patient to be unconscious and asking for a DNA sample, way illegal. That's obviously.
It's also not just like a small drop of blood. You're taking a lot. Like.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much, but like.
I don't know.
Enough to like. Yeah. Require you to like sit down afterwards.
Yeah, I guess I would assume it would take a decent, like, some blood there. But
Can you even take blood from a person who's unconscious?
Absolutely not.
Does that affect that, like, I mean, like, besides on a moral point, but like,
I think,
like, medically, can you do that?
I think that might be the breach of an amendment. You might need a warrant to take a sample. You might need a warrant for that, because that's your blood. They can't take your blood without your permission, unless they have a warrant with it. Cause well, I'm not sure, because they do have ways of testing you for things like breathalyzers. They don't need a warrant for that, but I think what it was the patient, or the patient was in custody of the hospital.
Yeah.
It was the hospital's responsibility to take care of that patient, and it's probably under some guidelines or some rules that they can't give out blood without their consent.
Yeah, definitely.
If not that, then there's definitely a law in place. But yeah, that whole story, that was really messed up. Like, I respect the police. Sometimes they can be messed up, but everyone's human, Everyone's human.
What was the reason they were trying to take blood? Was he like intoxicated and they were trying to get like an alcohol level reading or something?
I really don't know what the suspect did at all, or like. It could have been
It's probably something like that.
I think it could have been a drug overdose.
Okay, yeah. They're probably checking for some kind of
narcotics or something.
Reason for him to be unconscious.
I think it could have been an overdose. They put him on Narcan, sent him to the hospital, and they needed to test his blood for narcotics. But the hospital said no to the police because it's the hospital's responsibility, not the police, kind of thing. So, you know what I mean?
So, you know who should be arrested?
No. Who?
People who go to their local McDonald's and have a temper tantrum because their Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce is not in stock.
Dude, the meme sauce?
Out and start screaming like a little child.
The meme sauce is huge right now.
Be allowed. Oh my lord.
So,
there's this video going around of this guy going to McDonald's, like screaming over them not having Szechuan sauce, jumping on the counters and like rolling around on the ground, screaming. And like,
these are adults too.
What are the employees supposed to do when that happens? Like,
I don't know.
Call the police?
The selected McDonald's only got about, I think, 20 packets of Szechuan sauce, and most of those packets were stolen by employees. You gotta realize that. I actually read a story today that was a man traded his car for a packet of Szechuan sauce. That's not even a fake story. That's a legit. He traded his Volkswagen for a packet of Szechuan sauce. Like, that's how crazy this fan base is. I love the show Rick and Morty, but the fan base has absolutely spiraled out of control. It's way worse than Five Nights at Freddy's, Minecraft, like all of those. Undertale, that was a bad one, man.
Undertale is horrible.
All the
I refuse to ever play. I've never played Undertale, and I refuse to ever even touch Undertale because
I refuse as well.
I used to play the fans are.
I used to play Minecraft back in its alpha days, like when the game first came out. I was in elementary school. That game used to be amazing. Ever since Microsoft,
it still is good. I play it every now and then.
I haven't really played it in a while. I'm really good at building in it. Like, I've always been a builder. But
I think it has a very unique therapeutic value.
Well, you know, it used to be more therapeutic back in its alpha days when it was owned by Mojang. Ever since Microsoft bought it, they added all this stuff to it, like a hunger bar. Why the fuck would I want a hunger bar, man? I didn't even like when they added the sprint feature. The sprint feature, I feel like, added so much rush to it that it lost its, like, nostalgic, therapeutic effects on me. Like, it just didn't feel the same. And ever since, like, those updates, like, I've just lost interest in it, you know? It just didn't seem like the same game to me.
Yeah, but getting back on topic to Rick and Morty, like, people claim you have to have at least a 200 IQ level to understand the show, and then they go out to McDonald's
and do that.
McFrickin' Donald's, McMotherfucking Donald's, and cry.
Have a
and
they
go.
They have a McFreak out.
Oh my god!
Like,
wow.
I was actually just watching Rick and Morty before we started this this podcast. It was the first episode of season 3 when Rick escapes jail.
Yeah.
That was a badass episode. Did you see the Citadel of Rick's episode?
That one was so great, and I wish they would have used something like that. I wish they would have continued that for the season finale, but instead...
Well, Bird Person is alive too, remember? It's Phoenix Person now. That's going to be huge when he comes back, because I feel like it's going to be an epic clash between him and Rick, and it's going to be a huge battle, but...
I was really disappointed in the season finale of Rick and Morty, because they kind of just roasted Rick at the end, and he didn't do anything about it.
Did you hear the theories going around that they're going to come out with a Christmas special that's supposed to be a better ending?
A Christmas special?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a Christmas episode, and it's supposed to be the real season finale.
Well, Merry Goddamn Christmas, and if you are not celebrating Christmas this holiday season, then convert to Christianity so you can, like, get in all in this action.
Get in on this Rick and Morty action, yeah. Like, that's just a theory going around, because everybody knows they wouldn't leave it off like that. True. Yeah, I do too, because I really truly was disappointed with that.
Someone please contact MatPat to make a game theory, a film theory on the possible ending of season 3.
We need to get Vsauce on this. We need to get the theorists on this. We're on this.
You know what? While we're at it, just get crazy Russian hacker.
Yeah, why not? You know what? Let's get You Suck at Cooking. Have you ever seen that guy?
Get iDubbz on there.
I don't even think iDubbz watches Rick and Morty.
iDubbz is too good for Rick.
No, wait. We'll grab their attention with PewDiePie.
Yeah.
That'll get them. Speaking of PewDiePie, and the diss track really blew my mind.
Hey, he was in it.
Yeah, I really wish he had reverse or something. You know, I would have came in my pants.
Speaking of verses or whatever, and like dissing, RiceGum did not even diss iDubbz for a large part of his diss track, and instead called out H3 Productions like at least 3 times.
Because H3, I love H3, but he's an easy target. It's hard not to get at him if he's out in the open like that, because you know
I mean, I just don't understand why though, because like yeah, he was in iDubbz's video,
Yeah.
but he didn't do or say anything. He probably is talking about it on a podcast with iDubbz.
Could be.
It's probably going to come out within like the next week.
Very well could be. And I realized something. iDubbz is the Rick of YouTube. He's like a god, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He pretty much
He honestly is. Like, you cannot touch him.
No.
My brother said one day that I should try and stir up YouTube drama and like get like an army fan base to hate on iDubbz, but you just can't do it.
Well, that's physically impossible, yeah. Like, iDubbz is just too powerful at this point. I feel like if PewDiePie had tried to attack iDubbz, it just wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. But it's a good thing that PewDiePie and iDubbz, you know, they're friends. So it's like two superpowers together, you know. They can pretty much take out anything. Plus we need more fans for that. It's our first podcast.
Speaking of, you know, we're just gonna, I don't even have a way to segue, but segue into the next topic. This week, Sony Pictures announced that the Emoji movie is now available for digital purchase.
Oh, good. I'll be sure not to buy that.
So, be aware. Do not go to your local mall.
Walmart.
Any store that sells DVDs.
Yeah.
Actually, no, or whatever. Stay offline because you're gonna see Emoji movie stuff. I was about to like Columbine my phone because I saw Emoji movie popping up in my YouTube sub feed.
No.
And oh god.
There's like porn and stuff out of that. Like, that's terrible. How do you...
Yeah, there was that guy in New Jersey who got arrested because he was pleasuring himself to the Emoji movie.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
Oh my god. That's terrible. How is that even, like, attractive? I can understand if a guy likes hentai or something, you know, it's not my cup of tea, but if you like hentai, go for it. But that's just...
It wasn't even...
There's
it's
circles.
not even anything like that.
There's circles with faces on them. You know, like, what's...
Alright, here we go. I just pulled up the story.
Alright.
There it is. A New Jersey man accused of performing a lewd act during a screening of the children's Emoji movie has turned himself into police.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Alright. Idiot.
Abraham Parnes, 43, surrendered to the Howell Police Department on Thursday after an anonymous tip led police to his identification. He was charged with lewdness and was released on a summons.
Wow. That's really weird.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch Pee-wee's Playhouse?
No, I never watched that when I was like...
Do you know who Pee-wee... Have you ever seen anything of Pee-wee Herman?
Yeah.
Yeah, he...
The one,
yeah, the guy that...
That video he did back in, like, the 80s saying,
The like, PSA?
Don't do drugs.
Yeah. He came out... They have a Netflix movie with him and stuff, but he was arrested for masturbating in a porno theater once. The story kind of reminded me of that. Really weird. Yeah, celebrities do some crazy shit, like,
It's ridiculous.
Oh, like, I don't know if this is true or not. You know the guy who played Ferris Bueller?
Who played who?
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
I think
Matthew something.
I think he killed somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller is my favorite movie.
Yeah, no.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no. He, like, I think he... let's see. It was,
looking into it.
Yeah,
Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick.
Alright, well, while you're researching that, I'll go ahead and move on to, one of my next stories. So, a couple things came out this week. First off, Keemstar uploaded his official music video for Dollar in the Woods. That's really all the news you have to say about it. It's entertaining. I like the video. Go ahead and watch it. A long-awaited and hyped episode of The Amazing World of Gumball, written by the guys who wrote Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. It hasn't aired on Cartoon Network yet, but it's online, and I have the link down below to watch
That's
it.
crazy.
It's only like 10 minutes long, I think, but it's an interesting episode. I really liked it. It looks cool, and it was
nice.
cool.
I found that story. You ready for this?
Yeah.
1987. On August 5th, 1987, while driving a rented BMW in Northern Ireland, Matthew Broderick crossed into the wrong lane and collided head-on with a Volvo driven by Anna Gallagher, age 30, accompanied by her mother, Margaret Doherty, age 63, killing both instantly.
I mean, okay, that's not... I thought you meant like he straight up like went out with like a gun or a knife or something.
Did I not mention it was with a car? No. That'd been fucked up. No. He killed 2 people though in a car collision.
I feel like that's kind of like second degree.
I don't know if he was intoxicated or what happened.
It's either second or third degree.
There's also in Ireland.
No, second degree is when you like attack somebody but don't mean to kill them, but you do.
Is that
third
involuntary manslaughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third degree is when you don't mean to kill someone and you end up killing someone and you had no plan of killing them. First degree is like
flat out manslaughter. That's flat out like bludgeoning. Yeah. But yeah, no, he has blood on his hands. But I still watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off with a huge smile because I love that movie.
It's the best movie ever.
That movie is probably one of my favorites. I love 80s movies. I think they're really, they're just really great. Like Breakfast Club, and
yeah.
Have you ever seen Stand By Me?
Yes. That movie's so good.
Was that from the 80s or 70s?
Maybe.
I think it might have
around that time. It's old.
Yeah, but that's a really good movie too. Like it's a very relaxing movie, even though some fucked up shit happens. But
it's another one of those Stephen King movies. Speaking of Stephen King movies, I saw this article today on Facebook. There apparently is a very disturbing deleted scene from the new It movie.
I love that movie.
Pennywise eats a baby.
Nice, dude.
I didn't read it or anything, but I just saw the headline.
It was a good movie. I can't wait for the next one, but
they actually released the release date for It Chapter 2.
Really?
Let me get that.
Yeah, you get that, and another thing with It is like, how come Pennywise is like being deemed gay on Tumblr? Ever heard that?
I have not heard anything of that.
Oh my god, apparently there's a huge craze going on Tumblr that makes Pennywise gay. There's like
September 6th, 2019, you can expect to see It 2 or It Chapter 2 in theaters.
2019 is not far away.
I know.
It'll be 2018 in a couple months, and then boom.
I think everyone, including me on the internet, wants Ben to be played as Chris Pratt, who is Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah.
It actually says here that there's a Did You Know trivia, and it has what all the cast who they think should play them.
Really?
Yeah, so I can go ahead and read that. So Finn Wolfhard, who played Richie, says he wants to be played by Bill Hader. The girl who played Beverly wants Jessica Chastain to play her adult character. The guy who played Mike wants Chadwick Boseman, who I like. He plays Black Panther in the Marvel movies. The guy who plays Eddie wants Jake Gyllenhaal. The guy who plays Stanley wants Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I can see that.
Yeah.
Ben wants Chris Pratt to play him, and the guy who plays
Billy.
Bill wants Christian Bale to play his character.
The new It movie, just
That sounds like an actually amazing cast.
Yeah, well, this movie, this one came out in 2017. I could not imagine a better cast. They were perfect. I had no complaints about their acting. Who was the kid with the glasses?
Finn Wolfhard. He's the guy from Stranger Things.
Fucking hilarious.
He is killing.
He is fucking hilarious.
A child actor.
Yeah, he's
game right now.
One of the funniest child actors I've ever seen. Just amazing acting. The guy who played Billy nailed it. They really did good with this movie. Even Pennywise was amazing.
Bill Skarsgård, yeah.
Yeah, Skarsgård. He was on Ellen. I saw him on Ellen. Really, really interesting guy. But it was a really good acting team.
He's such a nice guy too.
Well, yeah, you think he's gonna be a dick in real life?
No, I mean, everyone says, they said when they were filming their first scene with the whole cast meeting the Pennywise character for the first time. We're gonna get into spoilers real quick, so skip ahead a couple minutes or something. I don't know, probably not that. Whatever. The scene where Eddie falls through the floor and breaks his arm, and then Pennywise comes out of the refrigerator.
Oh, and all contorted. Oh yeah, because they hid him.
That's the first time anyone saw him in costume.
Yeah, because they hid him for the first months of filming. They just wouldn't let them see him.
As soon as that scene finished, Bill Skarsgård totally snapped out of character. He's like, "Are you alright? Am I scaring you too much? What do you think?" And then he's like, the guy who plays Eddie is like, "Oh no, man, you're doing a great job. I love what you're doing with the character." Yeah,
I saw a thing, and they're I think one of them, their watch was broken, and right before they called action, he ran over, fixed his watch, and then got back into place. Good guy, Yeah. I would have loved to seen that whole filming process. It's really interesting. Them fully in costume but not in character. It's a different world, I actually watched some behind the scenes things, and it's just really cool to watch how they made it.
So continuing with the theme of scary things, because as of recording this, it's just 2 minutes ago it was Friday the 13th. It is now 12:01 a.m. October the 14th. But we can still. It's October, we can continue with scary themes.
Yeah, sure.
Monster cereals by General Mills. I actually found some really interesting things on that.
That's scary.
It's scary themed, they're monsters.
Spooky.
Okay, so listen to this. There are actually 5 of General Mills monster cereals. There's the 3 that everybody knows: Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry. But back in from 1974 to 1982, this one called Fruit Brute, which had a wolf on it for the mascot. It was I think it was like a lemon or lime flavored kind of cereal.
That's weird.
That ran from 1974 to 1982, like I said, and then a Yummy Mummy brand ran from
I've heard of Yummy Mummy.
1992, and both the cereals returned in 2013, but then were discontinued again in 2014, and that's the last time anyone has had them, I suppose.
I guess so.
And I've been trying so hard to find a article that has a large enough poll result for which of the monster cereals is most popular.
Right. And
from what I'm able to find, what I was able to find, I found this one that had 13 different votes. And from what I've been asking friends and family, Count Chocula is the most popular by a lot, and the next is Boo Berry, and then closely behind Boo Berry is Frankenberry. That's actually how I would rank them. Count Chocula is my favorite. What have you tried them, or do you know?
My favorite.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is Boo Berry, man. I'm not a fan of chocolate. Don't really like chocolate.
I do like Boo Berry. I think I actually might start preferring Boo Berry because I had Count Chocolate last week, and then I got Frankenberry and Blueberry this week. And I just don't really care for strawberry or strawberry flavored things.
I'm in general.
And that's what Frankenberry.
I'm in general not a huge cereal person anyway. But if I
I love cereal.
I don't really do cereal. My dad can eat cereal at like 1 a.m. like a snack.
I'm probably gonna eat cereal when I'm done this.
Really, like I just never saw the appeal to cereal. I am a soda drinker though. Like that's my go-to. People.
Pop is delicious.
Yeah, except there's a lot of sugar in it. I should really try to cut back, but there's like just no way. It's gonna kill me one day. But yeah, like what's your favorite junk food?
Oh, favorite junk food.
You wanna hear mine?
I really like sweet things. Like while I was at work, what my go-to candy while I'm at work is they're Airhead bites.
Right.
Those are really good. And I had Rolos today.
Really?
Rolos are good.
I
like caramel.
I don't like sweets. I don't like candy. I'm more of a savory guy, right? My favorite snack is, have you ever had a sour cream and cheddar Ruffles? No?
I don't think so, no.
Dude, I'm gonna have to like bring you some on Monday. Like they're my absolute favorite junk food. They're so good. I never, when I was in middle school, I was like really a chubby kid, right? And cause I ate so much like candy and stuff, and come 8th grade, I kind of got sick of being all chubby, so I was like, I pretty much cut sweets out of my life entirely, minus the sugar in my coffee and soda and that kind of stuff. And come freshman year, I was like thin and tall, so like that was probably the greatest decision of my life. And ever since then, like my body has just kind of built a tolerance to like not liking it. So like whenever I have candy and stuff, I don't like candy, I don't like cake. I like ice cream, but not a lot.
Yeah.
So like that's like good, you know. I don't.
Recently, whenever I used to like eating candy, but then like you got to a point where you just don't, like after like young elementary years, you just don't get candy because like your parents don't give in when you beg them at the grocery line or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you really only expect candy at Halloween.
Yeah.
And then you just binge and eat it all in the first night. That's what I always do.
Yeah.
Which is always a terrible idea. One time I fell asleep in the middle of my floor with the wrappers all around me. I ate my entire stash.
Fuck.
I'm not even kidding it. It was great.
That's cool.
And yeah, but like I was saying, recently, like I'm getting like a really high tolerance or low tolerance to sweet things.
That's good.
Like I can, like if I bite into like just solid chocolate, then like my back molars start.
I know.
Like painting, and I have like a really bad sweet tooth.
No, I really have that too, and I looked it up before. We have sensitive teeth.
It's the worst.
Have you ever eaten ice cream, and it hits your teeth?
Ice cream doesn't really affect it. It's just it's literally just chocolate.
I've had ice cream and it's hit my 2 front teeth. Ugh, it's probably the worst pain ever. But no, I know exactly what you're talking about. If I eat chocolate or sweets or candy, my back right molar just the sharpest of pains. Like it's so bad. I hate it so much. I'm so glad I don't get that drinking soda, because like I would kill myself.
Oh, dude. I feel you.
Yeah, like no, I like asked my dad, and my dad's like, you probably have a cavity, but I was like just at the dentist, and you know this has been happening for years, and I haven't had a cavity since I was like 6. So I was like, no, it's.
I think the last time I went to the dentist, I had a cavity.
Really?
They filled it, I think.
Really?
I don't know.
I haven't had a cavity in years and years and years.
I love going to the dentist.
I like the dentist. You know, it's a relaxing place, except when they scrape your gums and you start bleeding, and they blame it on you not flossing. Like, motherfucker, you just poked my gums open. You can't say
I like that.
It's because I don't floss.
I like that meme. It's like, when's the last time you flossed? I was like, what are you talking about? You were there.
So I know what you're talking about. That's true. I don't floss, you know? Like, I don't really need to.
Flossing is like...
I use a toothpick. Like, if there's something between my teeth, I have a toothpick, you know? I don't sit there and actively dental floss myself. Especially the dentists, they go every single tooth and, like, nook and cranny. I don't have the time for that.
What kind of people I despise?
What?
Those people who bring, like, a toothbrush to school, so they brush their teeth after lunch. Or, like, just brush their teeth after everything they eat.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
When I was in...
Like, just brush your teeth in the morning, or at least the morning end before you go to bed. Don't eat, like, a peanut butter jelly sandwich, then ruining your taste buds by putting toothpaste on that.
I used to bring my toothbrush in middle school because, you know, I was just badass and, like, that's how I fucking rolled. But I remember the first time I discovered the huge mistake of brushing your teeth and drinking orange juice.
Oh my god.
Do you remember your day, like, you discovered that?
Yes.
It was it was truly a tragic experience. I was, like, brushing my teeth and my mom was like, alright, let's go out shopping. I was like, you know, hold on, Mom, like, I gotta finish this fucking OJ. Even though I was, like, really young, and I didn't say, hold on, Mom, I gotta finish this fucking OJ, but I was like, yeah, I want my orange juice. And she was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. And I took a big old gulp of that stuff, and almost within 2 seconds, it was on the floor because I spit it out. It was...
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Yeah, like, my mom cleaned it up. I was like, bitch. It was really gross, and I can't even describe the flavor. Ugh.
Alright, so I got a story, and you know what I'm gonna... you know what I'm about to say. Or I hope you know. So, me and Sepiks here
yes,
are in the same English class, and right now we're reading Shakespeare's Hamlet, and our teacher makes us volunteer to read lines in front of the class.
To play, yeah.
And me, him, and our other friend, like, all want to read together one day because we have good chemistry together. That's actually how East Coast Road Trip came to be.
For a project, we were doing a project together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That story's... you can tell that story after this one.
Yeah.
And, today we're like, oh, like, they just needed someone to read for Hamlet. And I'm like, hey, dude, you gotta read for Hamlet.
I was like, there was only six people that could read, that were, like, able to read, and I was one of them.
And the only other time he read, he had one line, and he totally missed it.
Yeah.
And so I'm, like, yelling at him, I'm like, you are such a fucking punk-catch bitch. Like, why aren't you volunteering? And he's like, it's gotta come next. I gotta get it fair and square.
Yeah, I can't just...
doesn't get volunteered. So then we move on to the next scene, and there's like 4 people. I'm like, dude, volunteer.
I did, yeah.
The teacher randomly draws the cards. And he's like the only one that was like left in the pile who didn't get called on.
You have to, like, raise your hand if you want to read, and she'll go through the cards.
It was so ridiculous. Yeah. We started dying.
Everyone, like, was looking at us because we were just, like, in the front corner of the room, just, like, shitting ourselves. And our teacher was just like, sorry to me, and I was like, I don't care. It was hilarious. I didn't volunteer for the last scene just to, like, piss you off, which was totally worth it.
You did totally the first time. Like, you were staring me in the eye, and you were like, I'm not going to volunteer.
And then I did volunteer, and there was like, six people, counting myself, that could volunteer, and 4 of them got picked, and I was not one of them.
Yeah.
I was stunned. I was shocked. I've got the worst luck in that class. Like, you have no idea. Mm-hmm. But anyway, for us coming about making this podcast, same class, same English class, we you know his famous to be or not to be soliloquy, where, you know, he speaks to be or not to be, that is the question, blah blah blah, gay gay.
Did you say gay gay?
I did just say I did just say gay gay, but we had to make a project. Let me just let y'all know that our school gave us Chromebooks. Each student has a Chromebook, and our teacher...
Wait, you had to pay for...
Yeah, it's like
like
40
insurance or
yeah, whatever. So if you break it, it's insured. But
do you think you have to pay like each time you break it?
No. But anyway, we had to take our Chromebooks, and our teacher made us get this shitty little Chrome extension called Screencastify, which you can record your screen and voice, kind of like how Fraps works. But what it does is, yeah, it records it, leaves a shitty watermark in the corner, and you can't edit it at all. There are editing options, but it's
you have to pay to have the full
version. Yeah, by premium.
Like Bandicam.
Yeah, which we weren't doing. So it was me, Area 52, and our other friend that was in this group. We were a group of 3, and what you had to do is read out the to be or not to be thing, which Area 52 actually read it. It's actually on our SoundCloud. It's him reading it, just like edited.
It's actually the same audio file, just
edited.
The base audio file, but edited.
What happened was Screencastify was the biggest piece of garbage ever, so we were like, screw it.
It's basically like the RiceGum
of recording equipment.
English class.
Yeah, so we also had to record our screen, which had a PowerPoint thing that we made. It was really cool, it was really dark and like spooky, but it wasn't working. We couldn't get the effect we wanted, we wanted like a darker effect, and we just couldn't achieve that. So what we did is we went home that day, and I took the pictures and I threw them together in literally Windows Movie Maker. We took Area 50, he recorded his voice, like a good one, edited it down in Audacity, and sent me the file. And I threw together in 45 minutes, edited together this little video, like transitions and like creepy little music in the background, and it was amazing. It was really good. Our class was stunned, and our teacher absolutely like
literally, I was looking around at the reactions. People like were genuinely like worried, like holy crap, this is scary good.
Maybe you should post it. We should post it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There was this guy sitting across the aisle from me, and he was like, holy shit, whose voice is that?
Yeah, it was like your voice.
Like, that's just my normal speaking voice.
And then somebody else was like, how did you add music? I clicked and dragged it into the thing. And
we use professional software.
Our teacher started showing it to our other class periods as like an example. Yeah. I actually, today in gym class, I was leaving, and this guy named Jaden comes up to me and he's like, yo, do you have like this teacher for your English class? I was like, yeah, why? He's like, you remember your like video you put together? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, she's showing it to other class periods and is basically saying, if you want a good grade, do this. So like, I'm not even joking right now. Like, her exact words were that.
I'm really proud.
Yeah, like we really did, because everybody else did a very shitty job. There's this one guy, his name's Chad. He's black, so that's weird. His name is Chad, but he was like, yo, I chose the wrong group to be in. It's like, yeah, you fucking did.
And you're not gonna choose us next time either.
No, because we stick to our core group,
Yeah, man. Maybe we'll get our other buddy to
come in,
join in on like the next podcast.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But he doesn't have a computer or anything.
Well, he can just come to my place and record with me.
Yeah, he lives like right down the street from you.
Yeah.
We should try a podcast all in one location. I think that'd be...
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Order a pizza or something, like...
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, like that's... And while we were making that video, we were like... we had conversations about a podcast before, right? Like... But we didn't decide it.
We sat down in like a separate room that's like cut off from the English classroom, but like it's still the same room.
Yeah.
And we were like sitting down at the table, and we were like, "Welcome back to the English class podcast. Yeah. Today we're gonna be talking about gay ass Hamlet."
Yeah, but
what are your thoughts, boys?
Yeah. But when we were doing this video, we were on Discord, and we were like, "Yeah, we could actually do a podcast." And
oh my God, hold on. So that same period we had a fire drill. like it was a planned fire drill. And we were outside of the parking lot. We were talking about like, hey, like I was like, Sepiks, I like genuinely have been wanting to do a podcast since forever now, but I could never find anyone who had like decent equipment to record with.
Right.
And I'm like, listen, so this is what we got to do. We get a podcast going.
Yeah.
Get like 100,000 viewers or subscribers, whatever. Then we do like a live stream giveaway, and on that live stream, I get a Kermit the Frog.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
And I cut open the Kermit the Frog, like in its asshole, and I put my dick in Kermit the Frog, and then light Kermit the Frog on fire while he's on my dick.
This guy's behind us.
And then this guy turns around, and he's like, yo, what the fuck are these guys talking about? And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, that right there is like the reaction I want from like viewers of ours. Like they want people.
You just want utter confusion.
Laugh at people like I want them to laugh like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so great. I'm like, dude, we gotta do this.
Yeah, and that got set in stone that night when we were working on that project. But then we were just...
This is all, like, this week as it happened.
Yeah, and then we were trying to decide a name, right? And I opened up my Google Slides, and there's, like, a sample thing there, and it's called West Coast Road Trip, and I said that out loud. I was like, West Coast Road Trip. Like, as you know, I didn't mean it in the sense of it being a name. But you're like, that doesn't sound too bad. And
I was like,
yeah.
Dude, that sounds dope.
Yeah, but then I was like,
but, you know,
we live on the East Coast. So we have to be the East Coast road trip, and then like
we have dirty oceans.
Yeah, like we got New Jersey.
Oh, we're like northeast coast.
Yeah,
like down by like Georgia and Florida and stuff. It's like beautiful water.
Yeah,
and dolphins.
We live
and
by
New
Jersey, so it's like
we
terrible.
have like needles in our water,
which can be fun. You know, it can be fun.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not. There's no exaggeration.
I'm not kidding. There are needles like in the Jersey Shore because there's a hurricane that like took out this tattoo place on the boardwalk, and like all their stuff got wiped into the ocean.
Oh, it's terrible, man.
It's fantastic.
That's terrible. You know.
It's fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah, but that's kind of how East Coast Road Trip came to be right now, and obviously we'll get better as time goes on. We'll get better equipment and all that. We're not going to be faggots and start a Kickstarter on help me get more equipment, because if you do that, you're a faggot.
Wait, we're not?
No, we're not doing that. You saw the content, the Kickstarter crap on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I need like $5,000 to start my YouTube channel.
Next time we're not going to record at 12:30 at night, so we'll be more energetic, and hopefully we'll start doing this like in the same room, so we have more energy to bounce off of each other.
Yeah, to make things better. But we're actually have to wrap up here. We're out of time pretty much. But
all right, I'll go ahead and do that. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning into this episode of East Coast Road Trip, the podcast. I hope you enjoyed. My name's Area 52. I was joined with my co-host, Sepiks. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and while you're at it, comment down below what you want us to talk about in a future episode, and maybe we'll give a shout out or something. Like always, I love all my fans to death. Yeah.
That's fucking great.
Alright, gay or not, thanks for the support, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
See you guys.
Peace.
See you guys.